so that you can advertise it and people can view it many times or whenever they want. And I suggest that you advertise it also on social media.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kate, you will let us know when it's 1:30. Is it 1:30? So let's wait. Do you have all the attendees? Okay, but let's wait 1:30 then. When it's okay, and so you are ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will just wait a few seconds and we will all be okay. Kate, I think that we can begin. Is it 1:30? Excellent. Okay, so let's begin.
Hello.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's such a pleasure to have you here, and thank you everybody for joining our webinar and this 360 degrees on porcelain applications and on inspiring designer tips that I am sure you will find very, very helpful. So I hope that you will learn a lot of new facts about this wonderful product that has really all these new innovation have interested us so much. So I hope you'll learn plenty. And at the end of this meeting, we'll have a session of question and answer. So don't hesitate to put your question in our chat box. And also we will give you all the details to contact us directly if you wish. So now allow me to introduce you our fantastic speakers. We have Keisha Franklin from Halden Interiors, a very successful interior design company, and I'm sure you'll find Keisha very, very inspiring. And she is a volcano of creativity, and we love her for that. And we have Anthony Pascarella, who is the business developer with Italcer, the company that is putting on the market this fantastic product, these porcelain tile and slabs with all these new application and new innovation. So, Keisha, please, I want to hear all about you because you are somebody who has always inspired me. I've been fascinating by your fashion background, and I think that's why I am drawn to your interior designer, where you have a lot of attention to details, and we would like to hear all about your styles, your style, and your philosophy.
Thank you so much, Fabienne. I appreciate it. I really am honored to be here with you and Anthony for this webinar to talk about porcelain tiles and slabs and all the amazing things that can be created from it. So I am Keisha Franklin. I am the CEO and principal designer of Halden Interiors. I have been in business now for about 14 years. And I primarily focus on residential interiors. And as you will see, my design aesthetic is definitely more on modern design. And I would say that, you know, my design philosophy is really about the living experience. I like to go beyond just the aesthetics of a space or the furnishing selections and really kind of dive deep into what type of experience my clients are looking to have within that home. You know, how it moves, how it flows, the energy that we bring into the space. And so, yeah, I would say that that is, you know, kind of my design approach in a nutshell.
And I know how much also you try to combine the functionality in your artistic interiors. And I think also when we discussed about this porcelain tile product with the new all the new application, you were thrilled to hear about all the benefits and about all the new innovation, because you believe in not only giving the best to your client, but really to apply something that correspond to the vision, not only your vision, but the vision of your clients as well. And I think this is very important from a designer point of view, that not only your vision, but your client is at the center of the space. So Anthony, tell us about all these new surprises regarding porcelain tiles and this new application with slabs that are as big as a car.
Hi Fabienne, hi Keisha, thanks for the invitation. I'm glad to be here with you and discuss about Porcelain, which is the product that we are focused. I'm Anthony Pascarella from Italcer, one of the leading Italian manufacturers of porcelain tiles and slabs. We, thanks to our 3 factories, we produce from the 2 by 2 inches size till the 63 inches by 126 inches slabs, which is the products we want to focus in this webinar. Basically, I have here 2 pieces just to show you like which is the innovation. The innovation is in the format and in the thicknesses. Basically, we have 2 thicknesses. One is the 6 millimeters, which is 1/4 inch for like floors and walls, and the 12 millimeters, which is 1/2 inch for countertops. So what is porcelain? Porcelain is a mix of clays with other raw materials that is dry pressed and then cooked at high temperatures like 1200 Celsius degrees. So this make the porcelain non-porous. So it carries all the advantages that we are gonna discuss in this webinar. But again, the large format is the innovation that the Italians actually, as a good innovators in this sector, brought to the world of designing floors, walls, and countertops. Basically, those big panels, which are like impressive when you see it like from real, are like made, of course, of porcelain. And then another innovation that make us like permit us to do the marble effect, what you see in the slides right now, the Nero Martini and the Statuario, is thanks to the inkjet printing, which is another revolution in the sector. So I'm glad that we will discuss about all the different applications and in particular all the advantages of porcelain. So this is, for example, one of the applications that we will discuss is a fireplace, and like customers and installer like the idea of using porcelain slabs for fireplace because they're lightweight if compared to natural stone or marble slabs, and also they resist to abrasion, which is very important. They are fireproof. So also the aesthetic effect is great, is scratch resistant, and can be also book match. And the great thing is that with one slab, you can do the fireplace. So you have no lines, and this a continuous surface, which make it beautiful.
So Keisha, give us some tips of how you would use this new application. I mean, and this extraordinary fact that just with one slab, you can dress a fireplace. Tell us what you think and give us some tips of how you would use this.
Well, I think one of the main things that is attractive to any designer is not having the lines. So I think,
and this is one of your interiors. Fabulous, Keisha.
Yes, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think the ability to not have lines is very attractive. And also what's great about the porcelain is it also being able to have different colors. And as Anthony mentioned, being able to be book matched. So I feel like all of those things are very appealing because it gives you a seamless presentation. Truthfully, even looking at this space that I did, you do see that the stone that was used here has a lot of lines in it. And it worked at the time with the client. But yes, being able to have just one solid slab definitely gives it more of like a complete finished experience. And so I am very attracted to that. And, obviously there's different, I guess, taste points per project or per client, depending on what they would prefer. But one of the things that I'm really attracted to as far as giving tips and design, I guess, direction with using the porcelain tile that I want to make sure I say it. I wish I could speak French to say it for me, Anthony. How do you pronounce it? Italcia? Is that my
Italcer?
Italcer. See that?
Because it's Ital Ceramica, but here they say Italcer.
Italcer, right? Italcer. So one of the great things is being able to use color in the tiles, to manipulate color. And as Anthony and I have spoken about, even doing custom colors. And I think that that is really one of the most appealing things about the product, because, for other stone materials, what you see is what you get. So to be able to manipulate it in that way, I think is great, especially for myself as a designer who's always considering color palettes and a color theme or a story of color. I think to be able to also infuse that and manipulate that in the tile or the slab is amazing.
And also, when we spoke about all the benefits of this product, we mentioned that now we can have, and you tell me, Anthony, if my words are true, we can have a very thin profile now that can be ideal in kitchen.
Yes. Another application is definitely in kitchen countertop, backsplash, floor. And in this case, the great advantage is the stain resistance. So if you spill wine, oil, porcelain doesn't absorb any of those because, as I said, it's cooked at high temperature. So even porcelain slabs are more waterproof than regular size porcelain tiles, because porcelain tiles is 0.5%. The rate for slabs is 0.05%. So it's even less, the absorption rate of porcelain slabs. And as I said, there are also other advantages that are useful, like in the kitchen area, because porcelain is hygienic. So you can basically do your pasta, your pizza on the porcelain countertop, which is very important. This is like the one you see right now. It's I think this is one of the best photos that I show during my lunch and learn here with the designers and architects. Basically, on the left side, you have a marble slab, natural marble, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong. And on the right side, you have a cooktop made with porcelain. So you can cook on porcelain, basically. And this means a lot, you know, in terms of resistant to abrasion, to the fireproof, scratch proof. I mean, it is an amazing material, which is like is a game changer, in particular for areas that tends to wear, to get stain, like kitchen. And also other things that are important to say, other advantages are like they're resistant to chemicals, so you can clean with the products you want, basically. And another important thing, if you like outdoor kitchen, porcelain is UV resistant, so you can basically build your kitchen outdoor. It can happen with quartz, which is not UV resistant, for example, and it doesn't wear with the time, so can be exposed outdoor. And another important characteristic that I was discussing with Keisha a few weeks ago is that porcelain is made with clay, so it's a natural product and is recyclable, which is very, very important.
And well, it sounds like a magical material. And we are here at a point where I want, Anthony, that you show some example of how this fantastic product can be bookmarked, and all the fabulous, really custom colors that you can create. Tell us about this project, Anthony.
So this is the wow effect photo because it's a project that made by my colleagues in Italy from La Fabbrica Ceramiche, which is one of our brand, of our group brand, and is in Bari, in Grotta Palazzese, which is an hotel in Puglia region in the south, where the owner asked us to reproduce something with the waves of the sea. So that's why we created Nautilus. And you can see here an application on floors with these big panels. Again, I repeat the size just to underline how beautiful they are, and how, because they are big and, you know, they create this sort of continuous space. Seems like it's water on the floor. The size is 63 inches by 126 inches. We use for this project in particular. And as you can see, we customize this floor based on the desire of the customer, which wants to reproduce on his floor what you can see outside from the window. And as Keisha said before, this is magic, you know, and the fact that also we can book match our slabs can create like a sort of continuity on the walls, on the floors, and these allow the designers to have more possibilities, because usually we have customers that like random veins and book match veins. We offer both, and also we have another things in between, which is the connection between the veins of the slabs. So yeah, we can offer, you know, this kind of variability in terms of graphic and effects. And how Keisha said, we are flexible. We usually study with designers and architects the new colors, because, you know, it's like fashion. It's like to guess the right color every year. Of course, keeping the marble effects, which are always trending, but also discovering other options together with our customers, with the designers we work with the architects. So that's another point that, you know, customers and designers love of our slabs.
Yeah. Not only, but porcelain, I've discovered that I did not know, compared to other material, porcelain seems to be the solution to go. As you said, on the kitchen, because it is really so hygienic, easy to clean. which are today qualities that everybody is looking for, and also extremely resistant. So the functionality, the durability now is also accompanied by an endless combination of colors, of application, even application to the exterior. That's, Anthony, was something that I say, wow, a building covered in porcelain. So tell us about that as well.
Yeah, this is another trend that is now like there is interest in the US. We are still in a phase where is a niche, like in general, porcelain slabs. That's why our goal is every day to promote this material. But another great application is the exterior facade, the ventilated facades, as we call, which is one of the most efficient system for wall cladding because it's sustainable as is innovative, with all the advantages that porcelain carry, all the technical advantages. Just to explain a little bit and very quick how it works, it's basically you have the main wall, then you have a membrane which is made by usually by fiberglass on the main wall. Then you have a structure which is made by usually by aluminum, which support the slabs that is like attached on the hooks or like straight prefabricated on the aluminum panels. This create a space between the main wall, so the building basically, and the exterior, and they create like a sort of cavity. We call it chimney effect. That brings a lot of advantages like thermal insulation, acoustic insulation, and it carries also other advantages, which is a cost, an energy cost reduction, which is very important. But another thing that who choose this option for facade, it's the advantages on the long term, because it's about maintenance, it's about color, because porcelain is very resistant to frost, it's resistant to water, so it keeps the color. I don't want to say forever because nothing is forever, but for a long time. So that's why this is a trend that we are seeing is growing not only in commercial but also in residential. I'm working on a project in Astoria. It's a mix of residential and commercial, where we are thinking to do ventilated facade. So in this case, we support all the customers from the peak of the material till the installation, which is very important because it's still something that is in a niche phase. So it's we are the kind of innovator, but I'm sure it's gonna grow in the future as application for exterior. And this UV resistant, which is of course important for outdoor.
That's this is really not only great news, but so extraordinary, right, Keisha? That you can with this product that we really just used to see in decorative items, really, suddenly becomes the beautiful aesthetic solution, but also very, very functional. And not only, but today, customization is so important. It's such a big trend. And a lot of people know us, not only because we are Italian supporting other Italian company like Italcer, and our mission is to promote innovation and to bring this new content to our audience. But also we are in the business. It's since 1982 we are in the business as antique dealer, and then we are constantly evolving, and we have introduced this customizable collection that goes so well with these porcelain tiles. And a lot of our designers are very attracted by all these different combinations in our lighting that goes with all these new innovation, like here, the alabaster glass that really can imitate natural stone. And we have really an infinity of combination and of designs, and we even work on the design of our clients, and in order that they have pieces exclusive to their need, to their aesthetic, and to their creativity. And we also like to be able, a little bit like the porcelain tiles that
This is my onyx.
Exactly. We like to book match also our lighting.
Beautiful. The onyx is stunning. If you see from real, it's stunning. It's beautiful.
But not only to have a wall in onyx is something quite extraordinary. To have a whole room in onyx, it sounds incredible. And I have been quite excited speaking with Keisha about her interest also for the application in the bathroom, because Keisha also makes a beautiful bathroom. And here, this is one of our lighting in a project that we did in a hotel, Hotel Palacio Can Marce in Palma de Mallorca. And again, customization, but also we are specialized in producing lighting that is humidity resistant, and that is appropriate for a bathroom, for all the needs of lasting more than a lifetime. And so, Keisha, I want you to tell us about bathrooms, because today, since we are more at home, I think that the bathroom, with your creativity and with Anthony products, could be the best part of the home.
Yes, for sure. And also, I think people are finally having time to take a bath, right? which is great.
And to relax like movie stars.
Exactly. I think people, I have clients who have said, I haven't used my bathtub in years. And now, because of us being at home, they've actually had an opportunity to experience their bathroom. And also, just for me, bathrooms are such a retreat. And for that, you definitely should invest in the design and in the functionality of those spaces. And I think, again, with the porcelain application, especially with the slabs, being able to do that type of install in your shower areas, I think are really amazing. And then being able to, have something very different, maybe even cladded around the tub. I think that allows versatility, which is really great in use of the porcelain tile. I think one of the things also that I'm very attracted to it for the bathrooms is also that 6 millimeter. I like the idea of the thinness of the tile and being able to use it to wrap and clad certain parts of the bathroom that you probably wouldn't normally be able to do. And I know also, Fabienne, before, I don't think I answered the question fully, but you mentioned what other areas would I do an installation with the porcelain tile. And I see even making a beautiful dining table. I love the ideas I saw in one of the photos from Anthony of being able to do baseboard moldings in the porcelain tile. Also moldings around your window frames, I think also give you such a clean look, especially in a modern interior. So I feel like because of that thinness and the flexibility, as Anthony mentioned, the lightweight, which makes it very easy for the installers to manipulate the installation, I think that the possibilities are endless there. But definitely in the bathrooms, being able to, you know, as Anthony showed us so beautifully, bringing in the ocean, the feel of the ocean in that tile, in that blue tile. When we think of serenity, we think of bathrooms, we think of beautiful like teals and sea blues and soft greens. To be able to actually manipulate the color application in that space, I think is a win-win for both the client and the designer.
And I think also it's very interesting to know that this new material really allows a designer to tick a lot of cases about functionality, about beauty, about resistance, about all the hygienic solution that everybody is looking for today, right, Keisha?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, sustainability one, right?
Exactly.
So having it be sustainable. And then yes, for hygienic purposes, both in the kitchen and the bathroom, that always is something that you want to, you know, have be applied, I guess, as far as form, not just, I mean, I'm sorry, as far as function, not just form. You know, you can have a space that is really beautiful, but definitely you want to make sure that the function of that space makes sense. And so when you're talking about hygiene in a space in the bathroom, I mean, what better place to make sure that you're having materials in there that definitely, you know, make it as clean as possible, that makes it as durable as possible. So if the porcelain allows for that, then I think the application, it's almost like, you know, it's a no-brainer, I would say, right? That this is definitely a place that you would want to bring in materials like this into.
And one of the reasons why I wanted you to participate, Keisha, it's because I know you as a person who wants to constantly be updated, somebody who constantly looks for new innovation. And as I mentioned before, I use the word volcano because that's how I see you. You are always full of energy, full of new ideas. And that's why when I spoke to you about this new product, your enthusiasm was really contagious. And of course, also for us, it's an honor to be able to listen to Anthony because as we always say, Kozelich Interior's mission is to promote Italian excellence. And I think that in this case, Italcer does not disappoint. And so I would like to give you now all the contacts so that if the audience wants to contact directly one of us, please don't hesitate. And I would like to see if we have some questions. And so, yes, here. So, one question for Anthony. Anthony, what is the leading time on custom colors?
Custom color, we have a lead time of production of around 4 to 8 weeks, it depends, plus the lead time to get here. So It's between 8-12 weeks. So that's the lead time. And also for the custom color, we required, of course, a minimum quantity. So which is 10,000 square feet. But yeah, the lead time, it's between 8 and 12 weeks for new production plus shipment to the US, because we produce everything in Italy. So all our products are made in Italy. And yeah.
I think that also there is one question for Keisha, and then we'll have another question for Anthony. So Keisha, since we are speaking of color, there's an interesting question here. What is your favorite color to use in the kitchen, Keisha?
You know, I actually love black. I think it's just a really awesome color as like an exclamation point in this space. And so whether it be, you know, a black island or just one section of or maybe the island just in black, I love the way that it kind of grounds the space, no matter what supporting colors you bring in there. But if black is too heavy or too harsh for you, any type of stones that have a lot of like gold or gray specks and movement in there, I think always highlight the space, right? Keeps it open and airy, but I always think there should be some type of tonal color variations in there based upon whatever cabinet colors that you pick. So whenever you're looking at those gold specks or those gray veins in a stone, they work well whether you have a colored cabinet, whether you're doing a wood veneer, whether you're doing something more traditional or transitional. I think that those make it more flexible as far as your supporting colors throughout the kitchen. But yeah, I love the black.
Thank you so much for this. Is very inspirational. And a question for Anthony. Can you backlit your onyx slabs?
So can you repeat again?
Can you backlit? Can you put light behind?
No, unfortunately, we can't because it's not a natural onyx, because it's not translucent, the slab. But the color itself, the polished version, is very bright. So if we did like an house in Florida, of course that is always sunny, and it's very beautiful because it reflects the lights, and we studied that color in particular, the onyx, to create this kind of effect. It's very bright, bright onyx. But of course we can backlight because it's not translucent, the slab, because it's porcelain.
Okay, wow, but still it's very interesting. Again, I love the fact that you find a solution for every project. And yeah. I know that you collaborate a lot on customized project with designer and with architect as well.
Yeah.
And
and in this case, in particular for the onyx, this project we did an open wave of onyx, so it's open. It was the designer idea also for the installation process, because we have 7 phases. Every phase is different. So to create this effect of brightness, he disposed the different 7 phases in a way that is like the opening of the waves of the onyx can create this brightness. So we helped him out, the architect, and he gave us suggestion too, you know, to make it happen. So yeah,
I would love to see that project, Anthony. I would love to see it. So, and there's one last question for Keisha. What is your go-to formula on how to combine and mix different materials, Keisha?
You know, I don't necessarily have a formula. I think when creating a design or a color palette or kind of moving towards a direction of an installation, whether it be kitchen, bathroom, or just living interior with furnishings and materials, I think it's really just trying to create a story. And that comes from what's, my client has as their vision for their home, and then ultimately what I bring to the table as far as my experience and the different things that I know I can offer to enhance that vision. So I will say that I definitely love to mix metals. I know a lot of people sometimes are not always, sure about how to incorporate, chrome and brass, but I feel like those materials work well together, and I think they add depth and interest. I love always bringing in contrast in my designs, so that could be whether it's a mix of patterns or a mix of textures, or then a mix of finishes. So always think about contrast whenever you're trying to really, again, create some depth or interest to a design. When things all kind of match and have the same feel, it can feel a bit flat, right? So if you want to actually have a layered experience and elevate that experience, then I think mixing materials is definitely something that you shouldn't be afraid of and should do very freely. But as far as just having a formula for it, it really varies per project and the aesthetic of that home, and then also the client's needs and wants for their space.
Well, I believe this is an excellent tip, Keisha. Very, very good, very interesting. And we have another question for you, Keisha. What is the first product you source when you start working on a new project?
The first product. Lately, the first thing I'm attracted to is wallpaper. Wallpaper has been the go-to. I am just like amazed at the product lines that are out there with wall coverings, the way that you can manipulate materials. It can look like porcelain, it can look like tile, it can look like wood. You can put those materials or that design or style anywhere with wall covering, with the wall covering that they have on the market today. So as of late, I would say wall covering. Not just for pattern and design, but sometimes even for the start of a color inspiration also. I can find those color design and pull palettes from the wallpapers. So yeah, I would say that.
Excellent. So you begin with the walls at the moment, Keisha. So that's good and
interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, and well, I'm happy that porcelain tiles is also an option now for because you can use it really as a wall covering.
Yes.
And so I think that we have answered to all the questions. And it's been extremely interesting. And I thank you so much for everything that you have taught us today. And Anthony, we wish you a lot of success because this product really sounds, as I said before, like magic. And Keisha, it's always such a pleasure. Any kind of relation with you is inspiring, and we love you so much here at Coslage because you bring us always happiness and motivation. So thank you so much to the two of you and to our audience, and until soon, and all best wishes.